Good afternoon, guys. Uh, Sunday's the day off for us, but late last night we got a delivery. There's two side foil for the and 10 millimeter insulation in between, and that is the best we can do here. We've got all the bracing up yesterday. Crisscross, lateral, you name it. I want to make sure that we're stable up top. Of course, every 2 foot we have a cross member. Otherwise, 4 foot centers on the trusses. So that's why I needed that. We're not finished with the backing. Started on the wall up there. But before I want to tie the trusses down to the wall. Before we do that, we got to get all the backing in. Because once we drop that insulation on top, it's going to be really hard to get in the corner here to screw down the backing. Of course, have to run it all along there too. We're not backing everywhere. Some places might not need it, but other places for sure. I mean, being I'm going to use plywood, I could probably get away without putting backing in there, but I'm going to drop it in anyhow. Got lots of extra studs, so that's what we're going to do. I'll leave this bracing on until we actually sheet the interior. Going to wrap the exterior also with that insulation prior to the siding. They call it what do they call it here? Anyway, it's just same. It's roofing material, except it's finer in detail and thinner. Roof is going to be 0.4, or rather 0.6, and the cladding, they call it here, is 0.4. That suffices. Got all the extra moldings and the 0.6 roof and cladding for less than a smaller, less than the price of a smaller outfit here that we don't know too much about. So this is a well-known large company, and I have confidence in it. So we went with that. I have to vent this really well, and it's going to be vented. Of course, I'll have a couple of hoods to go over those. The opening will be side by side on the front to let the air in. Got fine screen as well as coarse, both aluminum. Hoods will just screw on top of that, stainless. And I'm going to have 6 turtley birds, only 10 inches, or smaller. But I'd like to place them, if I could, between the ridges. But I'd have to wait in that case to actually get the roofing on, and I don't think that's going to be a plausible idea. I can try to figure it out and see if I can space them so that I'm not hitting one of the ridges. The ridges are about 22 millimeters high, which equates to 13/16, 7/8, somewhere in there. And I was trying to avoid that because you can't buy flashing here. They don't come with flashing. I mean, you can buy a 4x8 sheet and then cut it up, which I might do. But you can't buy you know, flashing, plumbing flashing, any kind of flashing. Everything is made. If you want it, you gotta make it. So right now, I'm gonna place galvanized 4-inch pipe. The turbine bases are 4.33. I hope it slides over just nicely. It would be something I could control if I have issues. I could put a cap on it, a plumbing cap would slide on. So, of course, the pipe, I'm not using PVC, I'm using a galvanized 4-inch. It equals about 4 inch in a millimeter. So, if the description is correct online from which I bought the whirlybirds, then I've got a 1/8 of an inch slop there, and that's okay because I can put the screws to it and it'll work. It doesn't matter. It's a tiny wee bit sloppy. Push come to shove, and I don't like it, I can just wrap some electrical tape around before I drop it down there, just to give it that proper spacing before I screw. Which I'll probably do something like that if it's too loose. By loose, I mean just like an 1/8 of an inch. I'm on a pretty snug fit. But I'll have 6 of them, so they'll turn and pull the air out of the attic, through those vents. And also, I'm having, in fact, just back there is also have a perforated soffit. So it's going to perforate soffit all the way around. 2 nice large vents in the end gables, so it'll be able to suck all the air at once. Get the heat out of here. That's what you need. Everything here is concrete, and in my view, it's convection oven. Period. Or tin roof. Look at this place next door. The uncle's place. No venting, nowhere. Can you imagine how hot that is with block wall? It's typical here. I didn't notice if you had soffit. A lot of these places don't have soffit. It's open above the top plate between the rafters, if they have any. However, they're spaced. So I want to seal it in and really ventilate the top really well. In fact, that insulation goes down on top of what you see here, and then on top of the truss, on top of the cross members, and then the C channel, the C purlins, 2x3. They're heavy gauge. Don't have a piece real handy here to show you. That is going to be on top of that, so it'll hold her down. I'll be weatherproof until I get the roof on. Waterproof, at least from the top, and I'm looking forward to that because this is a mess, isn't it? This is obviously a little low spot. There's one over there. This is not too bad here. It's just, of course, tracking in dirt, but this definitely is a little low spot here. But considering that we didn't have huge tools, everything by hand, it's understandable, and I can work with that. So I think that's all I've got for you today for updates. We already have the windows in the storage place, so the doors are supposed to be in any time. 3 weeks ago he told me 2 weeks or earlier. So, and then he'd call. Well, they don't call, and that's just how it is here. We'll call you. Even an email, we'll let you know as soon as they come in. Well, no never any messages. When they see me in person, say, "Hey, your so-and-so is in here." So that's how it is. And I said, "Oh, I thought you were going to call." They just smile. At any rate, Well, I'm happy so far. Just have to get that roof closed in, and with the purlins on. Spots of rust here and there from sitting out so long. I'm going to scrub down and use some good automotive primer on it, at least so it doesn't deteriorate further. It's the best you can hope for, but I'm hoping for a cool place. Intend on insulating, as I mentioned, the exterior prior to the cladding, and I'm going to insulate the ceiling there too, and that's going to be harder to control. Have to drop some screws in it, I guess, to hold it up, and then run some wire from one corner to the other, like crisscross, to keep it up until we put our ceiling up, which is going to be 10 millimeter marine plywood all the way inside the house. There's various ways I can finish that, and that's what I like. And some will be plain, some will be hopefully I can do some nicer stuff, at least in this area, kitchen and a little bit of a family room. Not much, I know, but the whole place isn't much, so size-wise. So you work with what you've got. At any rate, I think I'll sign off there. There's Ging in a hurry, so she's probably anticipating me taking off any time, which I intend to do here. The purlins we have under there, had to move them out of storage to make room for all that foam. So until next time, hopefully we see some improvements here. The mosquitoes are biting me up like crazy, and thankfully there's cloud cover, so it's not tremendously hot. When that sun comes out, I'll tell you what, it is super hot. Otherwise, it's much easier to deal with the humidity and the temperature, both of which average in around 85. So that'll give you an idea. Sometimes it's 90, 92, 3% humidity. Very seldom gets over 90 temperature-wise. Degrees, of course, and Fahrenheit, obviously, and but it can be 80 and 90% humidity, and with the sun out, you can hardly stand it. But that's what we've been doing. Put a cap on. I dress up. I used to dress in shorts and short sleeve and everything. I got blacker than the natives here. And I liked that until it started to hurt. So I thought, oh boy, cancer next, possibly. So, and then I wondered why the natives were dressing up, full clothing, long sleeves, pants, hat. So I thought, oh, okay. So I've been doing the same since then. No mosquito bites today. I'm wearing shorts because it's a day off. No mosquito bites, and just plain hot. That's, imagine total coverage, 100% coverage practically, in the heat and humidity. Yeah, you're going to be hot. So water runs off me for at least the first 2 to 4 hours. And after that, somehow, I don't know, maybe I slow down and it gets better. I don't know. But at the end of the day, it's shower time ready, tell you. Yeah, I got lots of angle support there and cross, up and down, perpendicular. So we're good on that. So, all right, I'm going to sign off. I think I got to get home and try to relax for a couple hours. It's a neighbor's. This actually isn't our property right here. It goes out about 2 foot. That's the short eave, but then add a hefty gutter on that, and it's going to take it out some ways, and to some extent, and will improve the appearance. So I hope that everyone's fine and doing well, as are we, and appreciate you listening and watching, sharing, etc. Until next time, bye now.